Hi guys, I thought I'd do a quick video specifically for this Facebook group before we begin. Just something with some questions that have come up from Tina and others, and obviously I don't want this group won't turn into a support thread. The only reason being is that I've got a lot coming with Christmas and so on, and how to build the sites and everything that goes into it, keyword research, and you'll be able to look over my shoulder, so to speak, and see how that's happening. But I thought I'd do a really good video because I thank Tina and I thank Emmanuel for bringing some stuff up. And what I could see is, firstly, I understand absolutely your frustrations because I've been there myself, and every single person watching this video has been there. I'm pretty sure of it, because when you go to build a business online, there's so much information and there's so many different paths that you can go down and different ways of doing things that you quite often end up with information overload and don't get anything done. And that's what the real killer is. It's not knowing whether you're going to not knowing whether you're doing it right, and not knowing whether you're going to get any results, and it can lead to frustration. So I thought I'd do a video specifically to help you actually take action on this stuff and get results. And I appreciate that, Tina's comments are really good, and it probably echoes the thoughts of others as you work your way through the course about having it written down and having something written down to coincide with the videos to help you. But I will say, you've got Get Your First Sale. That was the first course. It's like 5 years old now. You've got Amazon Kickstart version 1. You've got Amazon Kickstart version 2. You've got Amazon Quick Start, Amazon Fast Start. Like, so many courses that I've gone right in depth of, looking over my shoulder, building sites and so on. So the actual information isn't the problem. And if you're taking notes, and what I mean by this, to explain it, if you're going through the first video of mine and without going through the entire course, let's say you've been through it once already, you understand the concept. So the concept is, just to give you a sort of, and then I'm going to give you some information that will really help, but the concept is this: to break it right down. And if you've got a notepad and pen, write this down either on your computer or on a notepad and print it out yourself. There's a specific reason that I want you to take notes yourself, because if you're not going to take notes yourself, you're not going to do it. And that's the thing. And I'm talking from literally learning stuff, learning computer coding, learning web design. Unless you're actually going to watch the videos and get a notepad and pen and take notes to implement yourself, because everyone will work in different ways. Some people are visual, some people are written, or prefer it all written down. But you can take the notes. So in this actual video, I'm going to give you some concepts here that you can write down and use. But unless you implement your own notes, it won't work for you. But I've got something else for you that will help. But I just wanted to sort of put that out there. The problem probably isn't that you need some text to back up the videos. The problem is not breaking it down enough, which I'm going to speak about in a minute. But I just wanted to give you something that will actually help, because from my side, I see hundreds and hundreds of clients, and very few of them get anywhere and take action consecutively enough to actually see results. The ones that do, and this is the brilliant thing, the ones that actually get 5 sites out there, 10 sites out there and put the effort in, will get results. And I know, look, I'm not saying this video is to help. I'm not saying it's because you're lazy. I'm not saying it's because you don't want to do it. I'm saying these are things that we all, myself included, struggle with. And I put hours and hours in designing the courses. And I'm just saying, unless you're actually going to watch through the course and implement the information as you go through. I'll give you the things because it will make sense. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things here that will really help. And as I say, if you really want to do this, and you really want to make money over Christmas, and that is genuine, it's more than just a sort of, if I find something that's easy enough to do, that doesn't take a lot of time, I'll do it. This isn't going to help you. In fact, all of my products won't help you, and the site builder won't help you. If that's where you're coming from in the sort of, oh, I've only got this much time and I want something nice and easy to do. If you're in this position, so I'm going back, my perfect client would be this. Someone that genuinely wants an online business, and I dare say doesn't care how hard they have to work for it. They really, really want to get set up and they want to start making money at home from their computer, and they're willing to work really hard. And I'll tell you why that's my perfect client, because that's exactly where I was. That is exactly the position, and I worked my arse off. Really, I still work 12 hours a day. I'm not saying that if you don't do that, you're lazy and so on. Again, I'm saying a video, they're the people that I can help most because I know, because I've been in that situation. If there's push button systems, if there's something easier, I don't know, because I've never seen that. I still study my craft, so to speak, like sales material, copywriting, 50 ClickBank products, over hundreds of Amazon products. Every day I'm working at what I do to improve myself, so to get better. And when you're starting out, you don't have to worry about any of that. I'm going to give you something now. So grab a pen and paper if you're serious about this and actually write this down. But most of all, don't just write it down. Implement what I'm going to give you and you will get results. That I promise you. And if you don't get results, I will carry on helping you until you do. So if that's a deal, if that sounds like you, here you go. Number one to write down that will get you up and running is this. Set a target. Set a target. Ideally with a date. Set a target and keep it personal to yourself. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow you go. What matters is this. I'm willing to bet that most of you have been online for a couple of months, maybe a couple of years, maybe even more than that. And if you haven't got anywhere, again, it's not because you're lazy. And if we can strip all that down, so I'm not sort of pointing the finger at people, this is genuinely to help. But if we strip that all down and look at the facts is if you've been online for a year, 2 years, a few months, and you haven't got any results, ask yourself, what have I specifically done to go forward to a goal that I've been trying to achieve? So when you're, the thing that will give you power, and this isn't rah-rah speak, I really want you to do this because it's worked really, really well in my business and I believe it can work for you. So even if you're sort of thinking, oh, Chris, I've heard this all before, I'm not going to tell you anything new, and you won't find anything new out there. I dare say it. It's all been said before, it's all been done before, but the way you implement it and go at this stuff will make the difference for you and your family specifically. So set a target. Even though you might have heard it before, set a target. I recommend that you set a target of 3 sites, 5 sites or 10 sites. And the reason I pick those numbers is, one, they're fairly easy. Like if you're going to do 3 sites, I wouldn't ever say just do 1 site. Because it might not be enough. 3 sites gives you a good stab at 3 quality niches, as I've shown in the video in this group, how to pick niches. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But 3 sites gives you a good stab at that, and it gives you some sales coming in. 5 sites is even better, and obviously 10 sites, you've got a lot of different niches out there and a lot of different sites. It's more work, but out of that, in a ratio, out of 10 sites, if you have 3, 4, 5 of them that really take off, you got the start of a business, and that's what it's about. So set a target. I will build 3 sites, or I will build 5 sites, I will build 10 sites, and put a date. So I'll just go down to the nice Windows 10 calendar, and you can see here Sunday the 25th of October. Set a date, even if it's like, I will have 3 Amazon sites out there by the 8th of November. Something like that. It's personal to you. You could say, I'll have 10 sites, but vow to stick by that. Okay? So it sounds simple, but once you've got a date, then we're going to talk about, that's the first thing. So write that down, set a target and set a date. And then you want to break it down. Okay, so this is really to Tina and Emmanuel and anyone. And again, Tina, thanks very much for your comments. Hats off to you, full respect for taking action on this stuff. Most people won't even voice their questions and so on because they think, what's the point? And this is too hard. So hats off to you, because that's brilliant for me, the feedback, and Emmanuel as well. But this was what will really help you and anyone else in the position. So set the target. Number 2 is break it down. Break it right down. And I tell you, there's so much in the course that when you go through A's on Kickstart or any of my courses, the fundamental thing is this. We're building Amazon sites to test out products, to get ranked on the product names, to then make sales. And that's it. That's the whole concept. You can forget about the SEO and the theme and the setup and how to write the content. That is the thing. You can write that down. So number 1, we're testing products first. So you just put test products. Number 2, to get sales on products so we know it's a good niche. And then number 3, we're expanding the sites. And that's it. Okay? But I'll tell you how to, so you get results is this. Once you've decided on your target, 3, 5 or 10 sites, pick the niches, break it down. All you have to worry about today, or your very first thing, whenever you start, that's up to you. I recommend that you get a calendar, like Google, Gmail has this built in, and you just double click and see if I could do it here, but this is Windows 10. But you on Gmail, Google Mail, if you've got that, you can actually put things into the calendar. So if you were doing here and I said I want 3 sites out there by the 8th of November, the 26th, Monday, tomorrow, I would double click that and I would put, I'm going to pick a niche. I'm going to pick the 3 niches tomorrow and I'm going to buy the domain names. And I'm going to write that on a notepad. And that's all you have to do tomorrow. Nothing else. Okay? This is, you can change this depending how you want to work. But this is what will give you results. Break it right down. Pick the niches with the video that I've shown in this actual group. You've got the YouTube video. Pick them. And if you need any help, ask me in here. Ask. You don't have to give your niches away. If you want an email, cljpublishing@gmail.com. Let me know. The thing that will get you results is taking action on this stuff. And as you're going through and coming up against the hurdles and making mistakes, you will be making progress as well. Because once you've picked niches for 5, 10, 15, 20 sites, you'll do it just the same way you drive a car without thinking about it. But you have to break it right down. You don't have to worry about WordPress. You don't have to worry about themes. You don't have to worry about SEO. You don't have to worry about writing content. The only thing you have to care about to move forward, imagine it like a checkpoint race. And I hope this helps. Imagine it. All you have to think about is getting to that checkpoint and nothing else. Don't cloud with anything else. Don't go through any other videos. Just pick the niches. Once you've got the niches, okay, so we'd be on, like, for instance, the 26 here. The next day, buy the domains. And if you find that difficult, go to the specific part or ask me, or go to YouTube and type in how to buy a domain name. I know this is really basic, but I've covered this in the course and I've covered it step by step, like showing you, like actually going through and buying. So you've got all the information there. And if you take notes as you go, or better still, you go through the video and pause the video and follow me actually doing it and buy the domain, you will get, you've got the domain and you've got hosting. And I tell you what, even if you're stuck with that bit, domain and hosting, email me, cljpublishing@gmail.com, and I'll help you. If you say, Chris, I've taken action, I've got my niches, I've just bought the domain names, and I don't know how to set them up on my hosting, I'll do it for you. Okay? So, and I'll tell you how I did it, but you have to take action on that bit. And then the next bit, 28, for instance, this is just an example for you. Install WordPress, nothing else, no content, no SEO, just install WordPress as I've shown. And if you do it like this, I won't go on through the whole thing, but if you do it like this, you will be making progress. You will be coming up against things. If you're in a position where you haven't got a site set up, you've never bought a domain, you've got sites that are sort of push button sites that are just out there and you click a button and everyone, it sort of does it all itself, and you're worried about taking action on this stuff, do it in little steps. And you will make more progress and you will feel far better, I dare say, because I've been there. I'm self-taught with all of this stuff, with 50 ClickBank products, when I didn't just suddenly get and build products and build sales pages and do videos and, build software and all this stuff, same with Amazon. I didn't suddenly just get it one day and think this is easy for me because I'm good with computers. I had to learn all the stuff, and I had to even like web design and even Dreamweaver and HTML. The amount of time, hours I put in on YouTube. If I had a problem with Dreamweaver or setting up a product, I would type in how to insert a video onto a web page. In fact, I'll show you, give you an example. So here we go, YouTube. If I was on Dreamweaver, I'll just show you. So how to insert a YouTube video onto a web page. There we go. And look, I'm not saying that it's as simple as that. I'm saying this. If you're absolutely determined to get a result, you can research. The problem is not information. You can research the information. The problem is applying it and breaking it right down into the smallest chunks. You can break it down even smaller than I've given you here if you want to. You can break it right down into, and I'll just say about the YouTube video, just back on that a minute. So I'd watch this one, and Greg Davis, okay? And if I didn't like that video and it wasn't what I want, I'd click that one, and then that one, and then that one. And if I wanted more, you know, I just mentioned Dreamweaver, so I don't see anything here. So I could be more specific. How to insert a YouTube video into a web page using, can't spell, here we go, using Dreamweaver. There we go. How to embed YouTube videos in Dreamweaver. How to insert, so, and like the thing, here we go, back to the sort of Amazon stuff. You could type in, so say if you've got your niche, and you were going through my videos and it sort of didn't tell you enough or you didn't get much information, type this in. How to buy the domain name from Namecheap or whatever one you're using. How to register a domain name with Namecheap, and go through that video. And if that's no good, how to transfer a domain name from Namecheap to HostGator. That's not really the one. How to set up web hosting and domain name with HostGator and Namecheap. Now these are the companies that I'll just click on that one. I'll put this link in the actual Facebook group. It's not my video, but the companies I recommend you use are HostGator and Namecheap. So I'll put this, and this video is 9 minutes. Take notes as you go along, and there you go. You've got your domain set up. And then I'll just take this actually, because we want to keep that. But you do the same thing if you wanted to install WordPress. How to install WordPress step by step. So look, on your domain. Okay. How to install WordPress on your own domain, 4 minutes. How to install WordPress to your domain, web hosting and cPanel. Install WordPress on your Bluehost account. If you haven't got a Bluehost account, you obviously wouldn't follow that. How to install WordPress on your domain and hosting. How to install and so on. So, you know, the problem isn't information. The problem isn't having the information. It's following it through. And if you use YouTube in conjunction with my courses, I'm fairly confident that if your apps, I'm not saying it's easy, and I know I'm going on and on. I'm not saying it's easy. Here's the thing to break it down for you. Number 1, set yourself a target. 3, 5, 10 sites, whatever it is. Number 2, break it down into manageable pieces that are specific to you. You might just pick one niche a day. That's fine, okay, as long as you're moving forward. One step at a time was my third note. And take action as you're moving along. Don't wait, you know, if you're watching through the entire course, which is great, watch through it one whole time with a few coffees. That's fantastic. But if you're watching it through and then you're sort of thinking, oh my God, where do I start? Go back to video 1 and just do what I say in video 1 as quickly as possible. And if you have any problems specifically, go to YouTube and fill in the gaps. And if you still can't do it, send me an email. But send me an email with something. Send me an email with, I'm trying to buy a domain name and I can't do it. And then we could go back to the YouTube and how to buy a domain name from, I'm going to put that video in the Facebook group, by the way. So I hope that made sense. I know it's sort of telling you how to suck eggs. Very simple, but I'm a great believer in to get results. And how I've got results and how I've built a company from nothing is by keeping this stuff simple. It's not difficult. It's just difficult to start. It's like, you know, playing the guitar. You can learn the basic chords and play the guitar. You can play a tune. But if you grab the guitar and you try and play like Jimi Hendrix in a day, it's not going to work. And if you read a lot of guitar books and never pick up a guitar, it's not going to work. To build up the finger dexterity and the muscle memory and everything like that takes time. The same with driving. So the number one thing, message that I want to get through this video is, no matter how bad you are, or you think you are, no matter how little or how much you've done in the past, take action today. Set that target and go for it. For yourself. Let me know if you need any help, and as we go through, it will make more sense to you and you'll be making money at Christmas. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you need anything.